So, Pulselings, thanks for joining me today. This is townspeople, where we will be taking a look at 3 games a week. Give you an idea whether or not you want to buy it, want to avoid it. If it looks good, if it don't, make your own mind up. And sometimes during the week, I will drop a video of my Let's Play. Enjoy the video. So, Pulsers! Today, this is not joining me for a look. It's a review. I own this game. This is Banished. Now, Banished was made in 2014. Off the top of my head, again, I'll look into the facts afterwards, but I think it was 2014. I played this game to death. If you ever want to get into city builders, this is a really good one to practice on, to learn the basics. It's a very basic game with depth, I'd say. There are mods for this game, which are awesome. All games should do mods, especially ones that are on PC. If they don't, they're stupid. Now, even though there are mods for this game, this has a learning curve. If you do not learn how to play this game within the first couple of months of setting up your colony, you're going to what is known as a death spiral. If you never played these sort of games, death spirals are what make these games fun. Even though everyone dies, you'll see it happen so fast. You go bing, 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 as gravestones appear. It is what makes the game fun, is learning that mechanic, is watching your city come from nothing into something. That's partly why I'm making this game. I've got a few other city builders, Timberborn, stuff like that, which I'm really into at the minute, where you're beavers. But if you want to start in city builders, this is a really good place to start. However, I checked on Steam the price of this game. Right now it's £15. I think that's overpriced for a game that's out in 2014. I got it on sale for like a couple of quid. Wait for the sales. Don't buy its full price. Now, I do have mods in this game. I cannot remember how to turn them off. Which ones are which ones are active, which ones are not. Because you can pick mods that are active and ones that are not, just in your library. So, we'll have a look through. We're not going to do a tutorial. I'll jump into the basic game, because this is the kind of game, once you learn the basics, you don't really need a tutorial. But a lot of what is in this game, you will see in other city builders, especially the chains. There used to be, like when RTSs were about, real-time strategies, they had the same basic formula. So once you played Command and Conquer, which is one of the biggest ones that were out, you pretty much knew how to play most other RTSs because it had the basic elements. This is that kind of game. It's got the basic elements. If you can play this, you can pretty much play any city builder. So don't start off with the mod, start off with the basic game. I'm going to leave on easy for now. So what happens is you start off with less stuff. So you've got a lot less time to build it. So I'm going to show you something called a basic hub. Basic hub in this game is Forester. I remember this off the top of my head. I haven't played this in like a while. Forester, Gatherer, Herbalist, and a Hunter. Once you have those 4 set up, you basically bypass the death cycle until you start having more citizens. Then you've got to pay really close attention to your supplies, your chains, and everything else. If you can do that, you'll get past like the first death cycle, because when you first play this game, I died to the first death cycle a few times. This is one of the first games I learned to play city builders. I played this before Anno 1444, Anno 1400, sorry. I played this before I played any of those sort of games. So we're going to jump straight into this, and I'll explain more about the game as it starts off. Yeah. We're just going to pause this for a sec. Now, what you need to do when you first start this game, look for a flat area. That's perfect, but it's not enough to use. Like this, so you can put in your hub. I'm going to explain to you what the hub is and how it works in a little bit. That'll be a nice area, but it involves building a bridge. So these are your houses. You've got stone and you've got wood. Wood is extremely easy to build. You've got all these wonderful trees. Stone takes a little bit longer and it's a little bit more difficult. So when you're first starting out, make wooden houses and then upgrade them to stone after your people have settled in there. The reason being is, one, it's quicker because it's wood. It's easier to do because it's wood. The only downside is, in winter, you'll use more firewood to keep it warmer. That's why you need to upgrade. And if you have disasters on, which you can do in this, they can catch fire. So you need to build a well as well. Now you can build boarding houses, but these have a negative effect on people. They hold more people. So the only time I would build this is if you have the population and everything else under control. Or to, as your like first houses, desperation, you don't really want to build them because they're crap. And they have negative effects as well. Now you got wood, you got wooden, you got dirt roads and you got stone roads. Build dirt roads, because this will take up all your stone. A waste of time. It takes forever to build. It doesn't really speed up your villages that much. Wooden bridges is what you build across walkways, otherwise your people cannot get across it. For example, that's a bridge. And then come and build that, and you will lose track of that instantly, like I do. But there you go. Tunnels, you build them through mountains area like this. So your people would have to walk around, but if this mountain went all the way up here, you'd build through the tunnel through it so you can get to the other side. Now this is your storage barn. On easy, and I think normal you might get this. On hard you will not get this. You'll have nothing here but the people. And a very short time before you hit a death spiral. This is your starting food, your starting tools, and your starting cowhide. Coat hides. That's to keep your people warm and stuff like that. The basics in this game you'll find in every game. As you stockpile, this is where they put whatever they pick up, whether it's wood, stone, iron, or firewood. If you do not have a place here, say like you built all your infrastructure here, and there wasn't a stockpile nearby, they'd have to walk all the way up here to put it down and go back and forth. The same as food, they have to go back and forth. That's why you need to build food places near your gathering hut. So what you do is you build a market like that. All the houses in that massive circle go to the market for their food, and the markets, if you have multiple of them around your huts where you've got people, they will spread the food amongst all your markets. Which again is a thing you find in Anno and stuff like that. You don't find it as much in modern games, but it is in the old ones. And some modern games do it. So it's a good tactic to learn. This is your trading port. You trade by boats. So you need, this river is big enough. That's not big enough. So look, you build it halfway in the port like that. Boat comes along every couple of months. You can buy livestock from it. Seeds for your different plants. You can plant a lot of different fields now in this, which is why I think it's really good, because there's a nice balance of different things. And later on you can turn that into alcohol to make your people happier. Again, which is something you will find in a lot of other city builders, are those kind of chains. That's why I say like this is a really good one to train you on other city builders, because a lot of what you find there is good for other ones. This is a well. Your people can get water from it to put out fires. I like to put one in the middle. I don't use it because I haven't got disasters on. However, I just like the look of it. This is your schoolhouse. This educates people. You'll find out like city skyline, stuff like that. You need educated citizens to do certain tasks. But they do it with primary schools, middle schools, and then colleges. These are your hospitals. This is where your herbs are turned into healing items. This is your town hall. This is your main hub for when you want immigrants. So you want to get more people in your city. That's one way of doing it. The other way would be natural breeding cycle, where you have something called nomads turn up. This is a church. This is your religious building. People like to have a church in a certain area so that they can get to and from it. And they will say we want things like religion. Your cemetery. Now it's not a building, so you build up a square like that on the green. I've done it on the red, so I don't accidentally start using my stone to build this. All the corpses we can put there. It makes people a little bit less sad someone died. This is all your different types of food. So this is fields, orchards, which are trees and that. This is for your livestock. I've got chickens here. You'll randomly start off with livestock on easy. Normal hard, you have to get them from the trader. So I'm gonna build. I'll build that last. And this is your fishing hut. Now, fishing huts. I don't know if that'll work on that. I'm not going to find out because I don't like the aesthetic of it. Right, so you build them halfway in, halfway out. Now, these are great for getting a normal source of food. However, if you're building the trade routes, that yellow circle, keep them outside of it. Stuff inside it can affect it, as well as other fishing docks. So if you build two fishing docks next to each other, they're not as effective. And again, that's something you'll find in all the other types of these games. Right, so I'm going to get on. I'm going to bring up all the menus that first, and then I'm going to build a little HUD so you can see what it looks like. This is your basic stuff. This is the overall health of your people. This is not on individuals. This is for the overall health. It's star rating, happiness, stuff like that. All that information's here. You can go for it yourself if you buy the game. I'm not going to explain every single part of it, but what you need to do is look at how many logs you got, because these are needed for firewood. The first winter, if you do not have firewood, you're going to have a lot of dead people. So that firewood will go fast. You've got food, stone, iron, herbs, medicines. Everything you need for your city is here. Right, event logs will tell you when people die, people starve. I personally don't have event log on. It's up to you. I don't like the look of it. This is your map. Make a note of that big square. You will get lost in this map. Now I know you're thinking, well, I'm just going to build this little area. No, no, no. First couple of years you'll build here, here, and around this lake for the traders who will bring your stuff. You'll sell them your excess logs, which is a really good item to be able to sell. Once you get foresters, they can keep planting trees. So it's an endless resource, a cycle, which you will need to do. Then you will need to build more of these hubs of forester, gatherer, herbalist, and hunter around, so you can spread your people about. Especially if you're doing the achievements, because this is one of the few games I have got every achievement in, because it's a lot of fun. You have to do a couple of runs to do it, but it is so much fun getting all the achievements in this game, because they're actually manageable and doable. Now this, I'm going to explain both of these. This is your resource limits. So say they've got 200 logs. Once they get to around here, they stop gathering logs. So I add a 0 to these straight away, because there's no such thing as excess when you're starting out. And that's even before I built some of the infrastructure for like tools and alcohol and stuff like that. Always have an excess. Because when I get everything up and running, I'm going to have stockpiles over here for traders. So when they dump stuff, they can dump it here, and my villagers can run from here over here, get it, and take it back. It's just the way I like doing it. But the closer these are to river, that would be actually better. Actually, the closer these are to river, the better. So that you can buy and sell logs, firewood, stuff like that. Firewood and logs are a necessity at the beginning. Very quickly, you will get enough. Right, now, labourers. Labourers, these are people who are not doing something at the moment. These will go and gather up your resources, move stuff from stockpiles. Builders will only do building. this is a way to prioritize what you want them to do. So say like, where's that bridge? So like I had like, if I have 1, 2, 3 builders, see that number's changing? You can do it here as well. And that number will change as well. So this means that's how many people I have focused on building. They won't do anything other than building. Now you want them to do that, especially in the beginning. So you want this quite high. That high. So that they're getting the stuff done. Because if your beginning buildings are not done, such as the person who cuts the firewood, foresters, gatherers, people who make food, you will get hit the first death spiral and wiped out like that. Everyone will just die. It's really cool. This is the amount of farmers you got. So the first number is how many you got. Second number is of. So that's how many people. So like you had 2 farmers of 4. That means the maximum you can have is 4. But you've only got 2 at the moment. Because you don't need to fill up every single one of these with how many people you've got. So hunters, for instance, I have 1 in the hunter's lodge, 1 forester, 2 gatherers to begin with, because you don't need it filled right up. So here, I think would be perfect for the hub. So this is where I'm going to build the hub of gatherer, herbalist, herbalist, forester. So this will do you for food and everything else. And I'm also going to build a barn down here, so that when they make the deer into food, which is going to be meat, they can put it straight in the barn. When they gather all the berries and that, they can put it straight in the barn. So they haven't got to run from here all the way up to here. And that's also why I'm going to put market in here. I'm going to put a couple of houses here. So that when people work in an area, you want them near where they work. Because if they have to walk from here down to here, it's going to really slow your game down. Plus, if you send them walking miles, they can die on the way from starvation, from cold. And again, this is a cycle you will find in most of these games. So you need to learn how to build these little hubs of areas. Don't think you're going to build a whole city here, because that will just kill you very quickly. Right, so that's it for the beginning bit. I'm going to get on and build a hub. I'm going to skip forward. That way you haven't got to watch it all. Right guys, so this is your basic little hub. So you've got a hunting cabin. I only put 2 people in it. You don't need 3. Unless you have the people to spare. I don't have the people to spare because we're still just starting off. This is your forester. Now you can turn off and on the cutting down trees. So why would you want to turn it off? Well, if you've got an area that's not full of trees, this whole circle around here is what your people are gathering the hunting in, as well as the herbs. The more trees you have, the more these will get from the forest, and the gathering and hunting. And when you're clearing space to build, your people will naturally cut down all the trees and everything else here, and they're going to chuck it on that pile there. So you don't need him to cut down this forest at the moment. So let it get nice and big. There's a lot less trees here. Now there's a lot more. Let it get nice, big and thick, and then turn it back on. So these people here are in stone houses. Now there is stone and iron in this forest. Your people, as your foresters planting, will naturally dig them up. So you don't need to worry about gathering them, because that will take people off of more important tasks. And the fact that some people live here means they're just travelling from here to here, here to here, and here to here. They're not having to walk all the way from my main city down to here. And they're going to store all their food inside of here. Obviously, people will eat the food. These people will store some food in their houses. But there you go. Now, in order to help stop that, stop them from just stealing from here, which they do, which is really annoying. You build a market. The market has this giant circle. As you can see, look, I've made sure these houses are in this circle. This will go and gather the resources from here, take it to here, and spread it out evenly. And it stops people storing in the house. And people just have to travel from their houses. There's a guy you can put in there. And they travel there to get what they need and back and forth. Now this is really important. You get one of these guys building firewood with a little station near it so that he can put his firewood straight here. So he's not taking it and people don't have to go miles for firewood. They will die in winter. And all these wooden houses will be using more firewood until you've upgraded them to stone. Now, I've built a pasture here, but when you get wildlife, well not wildlife, cows, pigs, chickens, you can put them in here and you can choose which one from the list. I can't choose chickens, because I had a couple of chickens, they died because I forgot to build this quick enough. Now the cool thing about this is, you can literally, if you have 2 fields, say you've got 60 chickens in here, you can take half those chickens, 30 of them, chuck them in the other field. They'll breed, and once they hit the limit of whatever they're breeding, whether it's cows or chickens or whatever you're breeding, when it hits that limit at the top, that's when they'll start slaughtering them for food. So anything beyond that is just going to be excess, and you want this high so that they have a big load of the animals. So I'll have 66 chickens in here. Once they hit 66 chickens, all the chickens will still breed, but the excess will be made into nuggets, chicken nuggets, as well as eggs. So there's 2 sources of food which will be taken to the closest area, which here, and then put in the market and spread out to all the other markets so that everyone can enjoy that food. This is a different kind of hub. So here I have my fishing dock and I have another fishing dock. You have to leave the gap between them. See that circle around them? If you build them too close, they will interfere with each other, so they become less and less productive. So they'll store their fish in here, so they haven't got to walk miles again. And these houses near here, these houses near here will work these fisheries. And these stockpiles here, I built big stockpiles here. I find a trading post. There's a boat will come down here, and you'll have the option to trade your excess with what they've got, whether that's seeds, livestock, so the chickens I'm going to put in here, trees, anything you want, you can trade from them, including tools. You're not going to be able to build tools just yet. I've got a blacksmith there. Where's it there? But I'm not going to really have the iron to do it. So when they bring stuff off of these ships, they're going to stick them straight here on these stockpiles when they're done. And then a wood cutter here, so they can cut up all this wood and make loads of firewood here. So if I want to trade firewood, they can take that from there straight onto there. Logs, they can take from here straight onto there, because they're going to have an excess of logs. Logs are really easy to build, so is firewood, but they have different values. So that chain with the forester, the herbalist, and the hunter, that's going to constantly make me logs. Those logs are going to be constantly turned to firewood. Now I can trade the firewood with the boats when they're here, and I've got a constant revenue of resources. Anything I need, I can trade after that point. Because stone and iron are finite. You can run out of them. Now you can build mines, but these do run out. They have a certain limit and they will run out. Same as a quarry. This will run out unless you have one of the mods on that stops you running out. But if you're learning the game, you shouldn't really have mods on to learn the game. So they will run out. So when they run out, they stay there. So they look ugly as hell in the landscape. and they're in the way. So you don't really want to build them unless you're going for the achievements. There's 2 achievements tied to them. I think it's have like 60 people in the mine at the same time. It's a hard achievement to get, but it's well worth you doing. So I'm going to skip ahead to where the boats in that area, and I'll show you the boats when they're coming out and why it's good to have an industrial area like this. Right. So, this is the train dock. So your boats come down here, traders will, and they trade. Now you don't actually need someone working this building until you're trading. The boats won't drive off, and they will work for you. So I've always put this down to of 1. That means the maximum people that are going to work here are going to be 1. And you can do that in 5 D stocks. This is only a starting town, so you're going to have a few to start with. And you can build others down here. The reason why you build more than 1 dock is because 1 boat will come now, and a couple of later another boat will come now. And they're at different times. So the more docks you have, the more trading you can do, the quicker you can get the stuff that you need. Tools are a really good thing to trade for in the start of the game. So like my guy there doesn't have a tool. We start off with a set amount of tools in the beginning. You burn through them by cutting down trees, removing stones, iron. And then you need to build more by building a blacksmith. Obviously we don't have none yet. Plus we don't have mines. Me personally, I don't like building mines and quarries. I'd rather trade for the resource. Because you don't need to desperately need trading until a bit later on. Unless you want specific plants or trees or animals for your pastures. Once you get one pasture up, you can just split it, build another. Split it, build another. Once you get past the first few minutes of this game, you're pretty much set. And you can just enjoy this beautiful little city builder for what it is. It's a nice, relaxing game. Only the first little bit that's really going to get you killed. Once you get the food and that's sorted, so like I've got food coming in here. I've got food from my little hub down there. And the guys in the market, this is what they do. They go around this one guy. So this starts of 12. So 1 or 12, put it down to 1. That way, if you have more than 1, so I've got 2 of these, right? So I've got 2 people working as marketeers. People will go to the buildings, take the food out that these gits were stealing and storing. I've only just started getting some of these food out into the market. Otherwise they steal it all for their houses. It's crazy they do that, but they do. That includes firewood. Everything will be stored in the markets. But because I have 2, I have 1 on each. Because you can have up to 12 until you have loads of houses. That's just not necessary. And even then, 2 guys can run this whole area quite easily. You'll be surprised at how much work they do. So like this hub, this is of 4 normally. I'll put it down to 3 because you only need 3. You can get this down to 2 if you really want to. Foresters, I'll get down to 1. You don't really need more than 1 forester. You don't really have a population that requires that many trees to be cut into firewood. So look, he's cutting into the firewood. I will be getting another woodcutter first up here. Just for these people. One thing you don't want is them going very far for firewood. Now they can get it from here, but that guy down there is going to burn through that firewood quite fast. And when I'm trading, these are going to bring in logs and stuff like that. So I want them chopped up into firewood so I can either sell them back or give them to my people. Having that option is the best way of doing it. But when it comes to trading, each boat will have certain things. They'll have a random odds and sods, stones, logs, stuff like that. But they do tend to trade in certain things. So the food people bring the raw food. The seed person will bring seeds. Sometimes the food people have about 1 seed with them, but they won't have all the seeds. people do specialise in certain things, but you can also have this purchase. Every time a boat comes in, say like you wanted logs, you wanted 100 logs. Every time a boat comes in, it will take 100 logs for you. If it has that resource. So you don't have to sit here and wait. You can store up the resource that you want. And you can also do the same with trades. You can have it so that it instantly sells your stuff. And when they come here, you can store up orders. So you can tell that one boat, when you have chickens, I want chickens. It will appear here what you can order from them. In case you can't buy it this time, it'll increase the chance of them having it when that particular boat person next comes. So you can store this up to automatic. Because this is the thing I got. So I might want to, I don't know, sell like 100,000 wood. I might want to sell them. So when they come in, I sell 1,000 wood. And what I buy off them is 1,000 food. You can do that. So it's always purchased. You can have on whenever merchant arrives, whenever merchant leaves, just before they leave, you can do it. But this, it gives you a little noise when the boat comes, so you'll know when it's here. You don't have to worry about it. So you don't have to have anyone working here until there's an actual boat there, which is really good. The main reason why you have a couple of people working the docks, you only need like, I've had like 8 docks before and I had like 2 workers, because you just need them to offload. That's all they really do, offload and onload. So you don't really want to waste people on it, because having them sit here and wait for a boat, boats come every few minutes, but in game those few minutes are weeks, and you don't really want to sit here and have to babysit dock. You just listen out for the noise. You got headphones or you got speakers, whatever. You hear the noise, go to docks then, and that's it. Just don't have anyone working there until you need to trade something, which in my case will be tools. I will need tools. It makes all their work quicker and easier for them. And this is my main little city now. And this is going to be my town hall. When the town hall turn a hospital, chapel, and the school's up and running, I'll show you how to quickly do that. But like I said, most of what's in here will be in every other city builder. Now, if you can do this game, you will die a few times. That's fine. That's the whole point of city builders. City builders are not designed to be stressful, where you pull your hair out kind of games. These are supposed to be chilled games. Once you learn the basics, you're set in pretty much every city builder you'll come across. This is why it's just a really good game to teach it, but buy it when it's on offer. £15 at the moment is too much for this game. Me personally, I think that because of how old the game is. So wait till Christmas and then buy it. Right. This picture here will appear whenever a boat pulls up, so no matter where you are on your island, that will appear. So you just click on that and it'll take you straight to the dock of the boat when it pulls in. And the boat designs in this is pretty cool, I like that. Reminds me of the barges you used to get around Liverpool and that. Right, so this dude's selling chickens. How much firewood do I have? 300 here. Alright, let's... I got 1,500. So how much are these? 500 each? So I'll be able to get that many chickens. So just click on trade. He takes the firewood, I take the chickens. These are all the other options for stuff. But this is so like you wanted more. Every visit, you can switch this on, and every visit it'll bring you chickens. Sheep. Here, because I've got a mod on. And cattle. You can have it just once for the next time, or never. That way it'll go through all of the boat personnel. Because obviously this is the guy that sells you animals. Because once it sells you plants, seedlings, ones that sell you food, ones that sell you iron, and that's basically what happens. So now I've bought that. The chickens are in here. And what I'm going to do, get my guy. Put him in here. Yeah, I've only got which button I put a push in. And what my guys will do to wheelbarrows now, they give them the resources, and they take the resources from there to there, and then they'll take them down into here. They've also got fire. I've got both of them building up the firewood. Now, I want to see what he's got. What else has he got? He's got stone, cabbage, plum seeds. So if I buy these plum seeds, I can then plant plums. I can either use them as food resource, or I can sell them back for a lot. So you constantly get these cycles, and because it's the seed man, these are all the seeds you can get. Look how many there is. There's loads. You got apples, pears, corn, potatoes, everything. And again, if you ain't got the money, so you can't buy it this time, next time he comes, you can say, oh, I also sell tools and stone. That's what I mean. Some sell like odds and bobs. But you can every visit bring plums, potatoes, and pumpkins, or you can have just once, just the next time, and turn this on and off. I turn this all on, and every visit, it doesn't matter to me what it brings, I'm going to buy it anyway. And then once I've brought the seeds, I turn that one seed off, and that's the auto pusher. So if you wanted to like always have stone, you put it on 50. So every time this guy, any boat hit comes here with stone, it will offload the stone straight away and take whatever you've put in here. So I'm going to put wood, firewood in here. It will sell that to equal it out. Obviously, you've got to have enough to cover it. So that's a very good automated system that I like. Now I've only got 3 chickens, so it's going to take a while to breed. Oh, there's 1 chickens. There's 2 chickens. They're small. It's going to take a while to breed a buttload of them, but they will breed. So I'll probably jump ahead so I can show you that. As you can see, look, my little district's built up. So I've got more logs turned up here. This is just from what they've been tearing down around here. Stuff that's in the way. And I turn all those logs into firewood. I've got stone cut, wood cutters here. So when I have a load of firewood here, I can sell it. And when the boat comes on with the logs, I can buy all the logs and then use the firewood as an endless resource until my forester is up to the point of where they can just endlessly make it. So these guys will endlessly be able to make logs. So there's only 500 at the moment, but that's just going to keep going up, keep going up, keep going up. And the stone and iron will go down, because remember what I said about them automatically taking it out? They've automatically taken out all the little bits and bobs that are in here. They're going to keep doing that with whatever's in that circle. So around here you can build another circle and they'll take all this out and save you having to go get it. If you say what I mean. So that's it really. That's the boat inside of it anyway. That's the farming side of it. So I'll show you this when this is fully it's going to take about it's going to take a little while, and I'll show you how to split a pasture and that. I was going to do it with cattle, but they bought me chickens, so I'll just do it chickens. See you in a bit. Right. Right, so now these have bred a little bit. As you can see, I've got 39. A lot more chickens. So these are producing eggs, and when they get... They're producing eggs right now, but when they get to 66, they start producing chickens. Because anything excess from that is killed and slaughtered. So, if you have a second farm, Have it open. You have a person working on each farm. You then go over here, you split, and in a minute they will take half of them over here. So that 19 is ready in there. And this will start the whole process again. These will start breeding. And you have chickens in both of them. That's how easy it is to split between one field and another. So if you have disasters on and your livestock does get killed, you can always just split that between one pasture to another. And I think a lot of games are missing that from their system, where they just split it like that. But you can do so with cows, sheep. Obviously with sheep you get wool, so they're more valuable. Me personally, I go cow and sheep in here. Chickens are better for the food element, but once your food's under control, you don't really have to worry about it. Whereas from the cows you get leather, from the sheep you get wool. These are both tradable resources and they can be used to manufacture clothes. I've got my blacksmith up making tools now. That's why I don't have the tool thing above the head anymore. And all I'm doing is trading firewood for coal, iron, so I can make steel tools if I want to, or I can make the cheaper one, which is just iron and wood. And whenever I'm getting logs off here, they're going here, and these 3 wood cutters, I'm chopping them all up, putting them here, and the firewood's getting taken back into here, so I can sell it off. So I've got an endless cycle of stone, iron, wood, anything I need from here. And the last buildings I wanted to show you was the school. 2 students, and that's the maximum they can have. So all the students from here come from the immediate area. So if you had other houses like way over here, they wouldn't go to that school. So schools need people in the immediate area. This is the hospital. I normally have one every so often because that's to do with nomads. I'll show you nomads in a sec. This is a chapel. This will get filled up with all the people again in the immediate area, so they can't come. So like you build second towns over here, they won't come all the way down there. So that has to have its own hospital and school and that up now. As you can see, I'm upgrading it all in stone now. Now it's summer. Because I ain't going to freeze, I can just replace with the houses. And last one, this is the town hall. This has all the information that are in these boxes. So if you didn't want all these on your screen, you can kind of do it through here. This does give you more in-depth about your citizens, local health and stuff like that. However, this aspect I never use. I always use this questions tab. It's a lot more easier. Same as production. Might as well do it here and here. Inventory, graphics, nomads. This is if you want more citizens come here every so often. This will have sometimes 2 or 3, sometimes 20 odd, and you'll be able to boost your population up. It's just the top of the natural birth cycle. However, there is a chance that nomads can bring illnesses with them. That's why you need a hospital. Don't start bringing in nomads before you have a hospital, because if disease breaks out, it will kill a hell of a lot of people. You won't be able to do anything about it. This is what I've traded for so far and what I've seen on the boats. This doesn't mean you have it. I don't have plums or pecans or squash. However, I have the seeds from the boats. You don't have to build the item to have the seeds. Plums are like you can turn into alcohol or food for your people. Depends what you want to do. Depends if you want the pub chain up. I don't have a pub chain because it's quite an early area. This one I'm about docks though. So this whole area, priority is this docks. I might build another one on that side. Have a little bridge going over. But that's all these guys' jobs are, making firewood out of these logs. So it's infinite. And if you look down here, still got 900 logs, and it's just building up, and it's storing some firewood from here. But that's all he's doing, is getting that, going down here, chopping them up, taking them up there. Until he hits that limit, he won't stop. The workaholic and his wood choppers. And that's it. That's pretty much the gist of the game. Like I said, wait for it to be an offer. Get it for a couple of quid. And if you want to learn about city builders, this is a really good game for that. It's got some good mods. Graphics are a bit older, but it's still a really good game. For basic city builder, but you have to like city builders. And a lot of these elements, fishing docks, you will see in so many other games. That's why if you watch me do some of my other videos, whenever I play city builder, I go, oh yeah, I know that system works. It's because I've played in this. This has been Pogsbill. Thank you for your time. This has been Banished. Keep the pulse. And remember,